Hey, what's going on guys? Arekkz here and welcome back to another video for Doom Eternal. And in this one, I want to talk about some of the weapons I had a chance to use in the most recent event. If you guys caught the last video, you'll know that last week I had a chance to go hands-on with the game for about 3 hours, exploring sort of, some of the new content that they had to show, testing out some of the new abilities, some of the weapons, some of the upgrades, stuff like that. And if you guys want to see some extended gameplay, then I will link that video down below. But in this one, I want to take a few minutes to just talk more specifically about some of the weapons I got to use, because there's some really cool ones, and of course some of the upgrades to the alternate fire modes make for some pretty destructive options. So if you guys do enjoy this, then of course a like would be super appreciated. Comment down below, let me know which of the weapons you like the most, and of course be sure to keep it locked, because if you're excited for Doom, then we'll be doing some more stuff as we get closer to launch. But broadly speaking, during my playtime, there were 4 main weapons I got a chance to check out, and then towards the very end, I managed to finally grab a 5th, but that's basically towards the end of my playtime, and then they came along and they were like, sorry, you're done, that's it, no more time. So, kind of sad for that one. But you start off with the combat shotgun. This is different to the typical, the kind of iconic Doom shotgun, which we do get later on in this video, but to start with, it's the combat shotgun. So initially it behaves as a normal shotgun does. It's kind of, pretty good close range and whatnot, but when you are exploring through the world, you get the opportunity to kind of work your way to these upgrade stations, and then when you interact with them, you can then basically choose an alternate fire mode for your weapon. Now, obviously, the first time you see it, you can only pick one of them. You can, of course, return and then upgrade both of them, and the alternate fire modes are then interchangeable. You can just swap them on the fly, so you can upgrade all of the weapons. But in my playtime, I basically had the opportunity to upgrade each of the 4 weapons with one different style. So for the shotgun, I chose the sticky bomb. So this kind of fires out a sort of, it's kind of like a grenade launcher, fires out this arcing shot, which semi-homes in. It's not like a homing shot, but if you're in the general vicinity, it's going to sort of sticky snap to an enemy. And this is really good because, especially when using the weak point mechanic, some of the enemies you fight have, say, particular weak points that make them stronger. So if you're fighting, say, the Revenants, they have the shoulder-mounted rockets, or if you're fighting like the giant brain with legs, they have a mounted cannon. And if you fire this onto that, it basically blows the gun off and makes them a much easier fight. So I typically went into most fights with this, just fired it onto them, tried to dispatch their kind of, heavy weaponry, and then of course went back and used the weapon more predictably. There is also an upgrade for this one that gives it rapid fire, so you basically have a rapid fire shotgun, but honestly I didn't use that one too much. You then have the heavy cannon, which is precision weapon. It's kind of like an assault rifle to a degree, and you then have 2 different options for this one. The first of which can be like a sniper-like scope, which I probably should have done in hindsight, because some of the fights, being able to pick things off from range would actually have been pretty useful. But instead, because I'm a destructive madman, I decided to equip this with target-seeking micro-missiles, and of course it's kind of as it suggests, you fire these out, they home in on the targets. I actually unlocked the ability later on that when I was sort of falling, I can scope down and sort of slow my descent, so I use this a lot of the time whilst falling to fire rocket barrage on enemies. Again, same principle, destroying their weak spots. Pretty good at dispatching crowds, so that one was a lot of fun to mess around with. You then get the plasma rifle, which I think from my playtime so far is probably my favourite weapon I had a chance to use. This one is, it's good at just kind of shooting at enemies. It typically just fires out these plasma balls to begin with, and it's good at fighting enemies with energy shields. Any of the enemies that kind of come in with these big shields, if you fire specifically into that, it actually blows up the shield. It doesn't just destroy it, it's not like a shield break, it actually detonates it in this huge explosion, so it's also pretty good because if those enemies are amidst a crowd, you can use it as a means to basically just destroy a load of enemies, which is kind of handy. But you then have the ability to upgrade this one either to a heat blast mod, which allows you to build up heat whilst normal firing to release a powerful energy blast, or the one that I chose was the microwave beam, which fires this sort of concentrated beam of plasma energy that kind of locks enemies in their place. They don't move too much when you've got them locked, and then this little meter builds up, and if you build it up to the max, the enemies explode from within, so it's pretty gruesome, but also pretty effective, especially if it's one of those kind of fast-moving enemies that keeps on sort of, getting its way around. You can lock it down and just watch it explode, assuming, of course, you have enough ammo. And then finally, the last weapon I got a chance to pick up was the rocket launcher. This one, it's a rocket launcher, right? It fires out rockets, they explode, they do massive damage. I didn't actually get a chance to upgrade this one because I got this pretty near towards the end of my playtime, but you can upgrade this either with a lock-on burst mod, which of course gives you like lock-on rockets, or you can have the one that kind of changes it so that you have like multiple rockets firing instead. So, basically more explosions. And then towards the very end of the demo, I did get a chance to finally retrieve my shotgun. You do this by playing as the Revenant, and you kind of fly around and get it back. This is, of course, the signature shotgun. This one does have an additional sort of grapple hook mechanic, but unfortunately at the time that I was playing through this, and I only just obtained it, I didn't get to test that out. So, you know, for all intents and purposes, for my playtime, it was basically just a shotgun, but this one does have a lot of cool, exciting things that you can mess around with. But for the time being, that was a quick look at some of the weapons I got a chance to check out. Of course, amidst all of that, you do have the little sort of flamethrower, the belch on your shoulder that you can use to set enemies alight. You have the new freeze grenade, which can be used to freeze enemies. And there's lots of other things, like fun things to mess around with, like the blood punch, like this really powerful melee attack. So definitely some really cool things. But either way, that's a look at some of the weapons. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Of course, be sure to keep it locked for plenty more videos. And of course, don't forget to turn on those notifications so you don't miss any of our future uploads. I'll catch you guys in the next one. I really hope you guys enjoyed that video. Remember to hit that subscribe button and also click on the little bell icon to turn on notifications so you don't miss my next upload. Also, don't forget you can check out 269 and Paradise Central streaming over on Twitch 6 days a week. You can find a link to the multi-stream in the description box down below. Be sure to drop by and get involved. Thanks again for watching. Take it easy. Catch you next time. Peace out.